When I was a little child, I usually fall sick all the time, and my mother would carry me to the herbalists, the prophets, and all these places, and I'll be there, crying all day, all night. And at some point in my life, I started asking God to kill me. And the reason for that was, I was going to fall sick as much as 2 times every month. Each of the time will last like 5 days. So I was spending probably a quarter of the entire year on the sick bed. To make my situation worse, my parents never took me to an hospital to diagnose what was wrong with me until when I was 14 years old. So when I was 14 years old, I was taken to an hospital and I was diagnosed to have been born with the sickle cell disease, which is just something like, oh guy, you were born with sickle cell disease and you were going to spend the rest of your life, as a sickle cell patient. So you might want to ask me, so why am I telling you this story? Okay, so I'm telling you this story because wherever people come across me, the very first feeling they have is, wow, this guy is lucky. He owned that company and he had these employees and he's making millions every month. Oh, how I wish I could be like him. I'm sorry, you really don't want to be like me. Because if you have a perfect picture of how I spent the first 17 years of my life, you will probably not want to be even half of that. So you might want to ask, what is the point I want to make with this video? Very simple. I want to challenge my fellow Africans to stop making excuses. Listen to me. I do not know what excuses you have, but I probably have much more excuses. It wasn't just the fact that I spent the first 11 years and 8 months of my life in a village that looked like this. It wasn't just the fact that I was born by poor parents. It wasn't just the fact that I was born into a country with corrupt political leaders. Put all this together, I was born with the sickle cell disease. And you really don't want to imagine what that means except you have experienced it personally. So I have all these excuses if I had wanted to make them. So let me speak to you as somebody who might want to build a successful business. You can sit down and make a list of 100 excuses. Oh, nobody is giving me money. Oh, there is no infrastructure. Oh, there is no this. Oh, there is no that. Oh, Africa is not conducive. Oh, all of that. Well, I'm sad to announce to you that does not bring food to your table. So let me give you a perfect analogy here, and that is, imagine you are 57 years old and you have a daughter who is 19 years old, and you wake up one Wednesday morning and 3 armed robbers storm your home and they steal away everything you have, plus they rape your daughter and run away. So what are you going to do next? Are you going to fold your hands and say, oh, it is the fault of these armed robbers? They are the one that raped my daughter, so they ought to be the one to take her to the hospital. Is that what you are going to do? Well, no reasonable human being would do that. Instead, you pick your daughter and run to the hospital. First, before you run after the thief, you have to take care of your daughter. That your daughter is your life. Nobody cares about your life as much as you do. So it is your 100% responsibility, regardless of all the excuses you might have, to go out there and try something, no matter how difficult it is. You see, what I hear from people all the time is, it is difficult to build a business. And my answer to that is, it is difficult because it ought to be difficult. Okay, let me ask you this. How many people do you know who are millionaires? Very few people, right? Do you know the reason why only few people are millionaires? Because it is difficult. So if it was easy, everybody would have done it. So if you have decided that you want to be rich, for example, reasonably enough, you should know that it will not be easy. So let me round up this video by telling you what I want to achieve with this video. And that is, I want to get my fellow Africans to stop making excuses. Because I know until we get to that point, when we look at what is possible instead of 10 reasons or 100 reasons why they are not possible. We cannot move this continent forward. We cannot build businesses that can provide jobs, that can make our economy better. People who build something anywhere in the world are usually stubborn, crazy individuals who are willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to do it. As I've told you, I sacrificed 8 years of my life. And I'm challenging you, go out there and sacrifice something. If truly you want to build a successful business, you got to be willing to stop making excuses and be determined to sacrifice whatever it takes just to get it done. So I hope this video makes sense to you. If it does, maybe you should share it with someone that might like it. And if it doesn't make sense to you, I'm sorry for wasting your time. My name is Steve Courage. I love Africa and I love you.